Hey y'all, this is take two. My phone screwed up. Anyway, I was talking about, everything Russia's done in the last 24 hours. Russia, Ukraine that may be the first shots fired in World War III. But I don't believe that's the catalyst that will set it off. At least not, it'll be a slow burn, in my opinion, because you got to keep one eye on them, but you got to keep your other eye on China and Taiwan. I think what will pop it off is China and Taiwan. I'm hearing unconfirmed reports of China overflying Taiwan with warplanes. Oh, traffic's atrocious today. But we'll just have to see what happens. I think Russia's probably going to win this conflict, this war, unless Ukraine receives help. Like WV Prepared Mind was saying last night, Ukraine had nukes after the Soviet Union collapsed. Russia wanted them back, and NATO assured Ukraine it was okay to give them back because NATO would protect Ukraine. Well, this is the second time Russia has invaded Ukraine now. First time was under Obama when they took the Crimea. And of course nothing happened under Trump because Trump was a strong president. Probably the strongest president, definitely since Reagan. The one thing Reagan had over Trump is Reagan was a statesman. Every word he said would put you on the edge of your seat. Trump, on the other hand, was president for the people. He spoke our language. Still does. Obama was weak. Biden is weaker. Biden is probably the weakest that's held that office my entire life, and that's really saying something. We had people like Jimmy Carter in there. There was a wreck on the bridge. I'll guarantee that's where that ambulance is headed. But anyway, so Biden has said he's put very strong sanctions on Russia. Putin doesn't give a shit about sanctions. And if Biden had any balls at all, this wouldn't have happened. Pedo Joe and Heels Up Harris. What a combination. I swear. Biden should be impeached, thrown in prison. Well, let's just put it this way. Most politicians in D.C. should be in prison. Or, worse. We definitely need to have a house cleaning. And I don't mean just at the polls, because not enough good people run for office. Good people. Uncorruptible people. people that won't take bribes, people that won't allow themselves to be put in a situation where they can be blackmailed. People with actual Christian values that read their Bible and live the Word of God. That's what we need in D.C. District of Criminals. That's what it's become. Well, maybe it always was. I don't know, but you know, way back, they used to refer to this country as these United States. Somewhere along the line, it got changed to the United States. But what's the difference? When you say these United States, you are referring to all the separate entities that are the states. When you say the United States, you're referring to the country as a whole. Now that may not sound like that big of a deal, but it just shows how far away from states' rights we've gotten and given all the power to the federal government. So I'm going to try to start referring to this country as these United States again. We have a lot going on the state level that's being overshadowed by everything else. You have Convention of States, they're trying to get going. You have individual states, like my great state of Indiana right now is in the process of getting constitutional carry, hopefully, I pray, which, you know, it shouldn't even be necessary because we all are guaranteed the right of self-defense by God, and we're given that right by God, and it's guaranteed by the Constitution. We shouldn't have to have a law that says, yes, you can carry your firearm, because we already have that law. It's called the Second Amendment to the Bill of Rights in the United States Constitution. So for a state to have to do it individually, well, once again, that just shows how far away from individual rights we've gotten, let alone states' rights. So, this is way longer than I meant it to be, but there's a lot going on. So, I'm going to let you go. Until next time, I'm Victoria Kiram. Stay safe out there.